Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and it is time to continue Crystalline, because there is a knock on my door that jolts me awake. And let's see what's happening. I sit straight up in the bed, and I barely notice a tiny yelp as the pango tumbles to the floor. Poor guy. Hello? The knocking stops.
It's Leanna. Are you about ready?
I wrap my eyes and blink at the feeble rays of the light outside. What time is it?
It's past dawn. We need to get a move on if we want to make a good time.
Down. There is no good reason anyone should be awake at this hour. I attempt to lay back down in my bed when the knocking starts again. Alright, I'll be there in a minute. That's me in the morning, by the way. The noise stops. I yawn and stretch, then notice the punk on the floor. What are you doing on the floor, buddy? Weren't you sleeping on the bed? The pango wiggles and shoots me an accusatory look. Poi. I glance at the slight indentation on my pillow and back on the blue mass on the floor. Wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you off. He looks cautiously at me, then hops onto the bed and up onto my head.
Poi.
He nips at my hair and then jiggles. I guess that means he's forgiven me? I push myself to my feet and begin getting dressed. How do you dress with that guy on your head? Once I've grabbed all of my things, I push open the door and nearly collide with Leanna again, like last day. Whoa!
Are you ready to go?
Yeah. Leanna nods, then leads the way out of the inn. I follow her through town as we head north. It's a lot quieter than when we first arrived, as the town gradually begins to wake up. We don't run into too many people on the street. Although the shops aren't open yet, I can see the shopkeepers busy preparing for the day. The neon signs are turned off now. Right before we reach the edge of the town, a guard stops us.
There's been heightened bandit activity reported on these roads.
Leon's brows crease.
Are the roads closed?
No, but until we get a handle on the bandit activity, we're advising everyone to stay in town.
We can't stay.
Where are you headed?
We're headed to Illumia.
The guard nods to the sigil on Leanna's manipulator.
You're a Mage-Knight?
She nods. As the guard turns his focus to me, I draw attention to the blade on my hip. He nods gruffly, then moves out of the way.
Just be careful out there.
Thank you.
She motions for me to follow her. That was easy. Once we're back on the familiar dirt path, I take one last look at the Meadow Hill village before refocusing on the road ahead of me. Our trek along the path is peaceful. The forest gradually awakens with the birdsong in the morning, and the scuttling of woodland animals. Having grown up in the city, the sounds of nature still startle me, and I glance at every rustle of the leaves. Yeah, it's so true, like, you know why I don't like, especially in the morning, birds? It's when you go to bed really late, like, after recording, so let's say 3-4 a.m. and they start chirping. Ugh. God damn it. It's so bad. Technically, I also live in the city, but I guess it's not really a big city and more of a town, to be fair. Because there is nothing here. There are still animals like birds and so on. And freaking pigeons, goddamn flying rats. Anyway, Leanna seems unfazed. Her eyes routinely survey her surroundings. Suddenly she freezes. I nearly bump into her. What the?
Shh.
I fall silent as she listens. When she speaks, her voice is a whisper.
Do Did you hear that?
I strain my ears, listening to anything out of place, when I hear the voices among the trees. Bandits? A strangled scream pierces the air, scaring a flock of birds into flight.
Someone might be in danger.
Huh? What? Wait, what? I thought we were hiding. Her previous caution abandoned, Leanna sprints towards the sound and I follow at her heels. We both take cover as the trees open up, revealing a man in a trench coat surrounded by 5 bandits. One more bandit lies motionless on the ground. Upon seeing their fallen comrade, the bandits all unsheath their weapons. 3 of them hold longswords and 2 of them point guns. The trench-coated man doesn't stir. His dark hair falls over his eyes and I can't see his face.
You won't get away from us this time. Take him out.
The man pushes open his coat and draws 2 guns as the bandits converge. Leanna sets her jaw.
Stay here.
As soon as the words fall from her lips, she races out from the trees. Her hair whips behind her and her white coat tails billow in a graceful arc. She moves faster than any human, as if the air is pushing her forward instead of dragging her down. Her gauntlet hand clenches and a blue sphere glows, then disappears as she smashes her fist into the nearest bandit. He flies away from her and crashes against a tree before crumpling into a heap.
A Mage-Knight?
She must be with him.
Or she's after the bounty. Take her out too.
What bounty? The mysterious man fires a hail of purple blasts at the bandits, catching one of them in the chest. Leanna deflects the sword from another bandit with her own blade. I can't just sit here and do nothing. I have to help! Is something you should not be thinking right now. Ignoring Leanna's command, I unsheath my sword and charge into battle. Probably. Oh my god. Click the magic. Oh my god. I can't. Oh fuck. Okay, click the magic icon. Boom. Boom. Shield. Boom. Boom. Win! I'm so good at this. Leanna breathes heavily as she surveys the bodies around her. She glances at me and the stranger who's still standing.
Anyone hurt?
I do a gentle pat down of myself and wince at my bruises. Nothing major! Leanna nods, then she fidgets with her manipulator. The man stays silent as he inspects his gun. Hello. Now that I have a better look at him, I realize that although his fierce skull makes him seem tough, he doesn't look that much older than me. His hair has a habit of falling around his eyes. He has a scar as well. But as he pushes it back, I notice a long scar, a cut across one eye. Once satisfied, he tucks his gun back in the belt and gets to his feet. He nods at us.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Then he turns away.
Wait!
He pauses.
Where are you headed?
Why?
Why?
There might be more bandits around. We should team up if we're going in the same direction. Safety in numbers.
He studies us in stony silence, then his gaze flicks to her manipulator and he relaxes slightly.
Where are you going?
We're headed to Illumia.
Me too.
What a coincidence. Leanna nods.
You're from the Mage Guild?
Yes, I'm Leanna.
I'm Arthur.
Zach.
And Pango, yeah. All of us glance at the little blue Pango, who seemingly popped out of nowhere. And this is our little friend.
I see.
The Pango blinks at Zach, who stares him down. The Pango bounces uncertainly. Zach's unblinking stare never wavers, so the Pango scoots behind my leg for safety.
Now that introductions are over, let's get moving.
That was quick. Zach waits for us to collect our things, and once we're all set, we head back onto the road. Lee and I lead the way, the Pango keeping pace with us, while Zach hangs a few steps behind us. More questions? Oh, there's something there? Whatever. let's go. Let's ask about Leanna's speed first, yeah. Leanna, I saw you during the fight. How were you able to move so fast?
Oh, I cast wind magic to manipulate my movements.
So like putting on a speed buff.
They're small adjustments, like shifting the draft to move me forward, or using a breeze to help lift me during jumps.
A double jump. Damn, that sounds awesome. She grins.
The next time you're lagging behind, I'll use my wind to give you a little boost.
That would be amazing. I can already imagine myself running like the wind. Leanna seems pleased by my reaction. Again, probably no point in saving, but, you know. It's a sickness by now. Ask about Zack's weapon, why not? So what type of gun is Zack carrying?
You mean his discharger?
What's a discharger? I hear a sound behind us. Zack raised an eyebrow when I turned to look at him.
Did you hit your head or something?
Ilian looks a little uncomfortable.
He's not exactly from around here.
Zack crosses his arms.
I see.
There is a pause. So, a discharger.
It's a weapon that uses crystal spheres to power it.
So, it's a gun.
Maybe?
The spheres are the bullets, well, it's kind of the magazine in some sense because it's used to fire bullets, or in this case, bounce of energy. Ileana looks uncertain. Although it makes sense in my head, I can see why she might be confused. Never mind, I got it, thanks.
Sure.
She smiles. I feel Zack's gaze on me, but his expression is hard to read. Safe. Boop, boop, boop. Ask how Zack knew she was in the Mage Guild. I mean, the freaking gauntlet, right? How did Zack know you're in the Mage Guild?
He saw my emblem.
She lifts up her arm and points to the sigil on her manipulator. I'm a genius. What exactly does the Mage Guild do?
We investigate any type of magical anomaly. The Mage Guild in Havengard is actually headquartered in Illumia.
Sort of like a police force. Leanna furrows her brow.
Police?
I like how detectives go out in the field to solve mysteries.
A little like that.
It now makes sense as to why both the guard in Meadow Hill Village and Zack relax after seeing Leanna's emblem. Well, it looks like that guard was telling the truth. There definitely are bandits on this road.
Yeah.
There's something in her voice which makes me think she doesn't completely agree. What is it?
It's just, well, for bandits, they were pretty well equipped.
She stares at Zack. She stares hard at Zack, but he doesn't react. What does it mean? Are they not bandits? Leanna continues to look at Zack.
I'm not sure.
I mean... Fuck. I forgot what's the word for it. But... I forgot the word. They said it. They even said it. Oh my god. I so blanked out that thing out of my head right now. There was... Oh yeah, they said he's on the wanted poster or whatever, right?
They were bandits.
She looks sharply at Zack, obviously caught off guard.
Sure.
That didn't sound too convincing. The subject drops, but I still feel a little uneasy. If those guys weren't bandits, then who were they? And why were they attacking Zack? Headhunters, something. Yeah, I don't know. The questions circle in my mind as the little conversation lulls to silence. Leanna leads the way through thought. She seems to have something on her mind. Zack trails from behind. He remains on heightened alert. We travel together for quite some time with no further interruptions. I can feel my legs start to burn from all the walking. Dude, you are so bad. I understand maybe if you were running. I mean, he's in the university. He should be doing some physical activity. Then again, maybe I should not be commenting. I do some physical activity, so... If anything, I feel pain in my legs because I overdo it. But yeah. Anyway, Leanna squints at the sky.
We should make camp before it gets dark.
Wait, what? You will not make it to the place? Zach nuts.
There's a good spot up ahead which hides us from view. It'll still give us visibility on any intruders, though.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Zach leads the way and soon we reach the clearing. The three of us get to work setting up a camp. I rolled my bedroll near the campfire and noticed how thinly it spreads on the ground. Can this thing really be comfortable? I guess there's only one way to find out. I lie down the bedroll and place my hands behind my head. This is as bad as I thought. A yawn escapes my lips. I could definitely fall asleep here. Oh, that's so nice. My gaze lingers on the night sky above. The moon hangs in the inky sky dotted with so many pinpricks of silver light. They sparkle vividly as if trying to chase away the dark. I breathe out a breath in wonder. I never knew stars could shine so brightly. Oh yeah, you were in the city, I guess you wouldn't see that, yeah. I tried to pick out a few constellations, but the star patterns above are unfamiliar.
What are you looking at?
I quickly stopped at the sound of Leanna's voice. She holds two steaming bowls in her hands. I accept one of the bowls with a smile as she sits beside me. Just admiring the sky. This place is really beautiful. Back where I live, you don't get to see so many stars.
How come?
Light pollution. Our cities are filled with so much light that it drowns out the stars. I mean, drowns out, whatever. Leanna gazes thoughtfully at the sky.
Right. It's a little harder to see the stars in town than it is out here.
I shake my head. That's not the same. Some nights I don't see the stars at all. Her eyes widen in surprise. Then she places her chin in her hands.
A night sky without stars.
Yeah, unfortunately. She looks at me.
What's your world like?
It sucks. I'm so going to say the second one. It has really cool tech. Yeah? I mean, yeah? It's bad humans are plugged to the planet. Yeah? Different but more or less the same. Maybe not humans are plugged to the planet. I'm gonna be honest with you. The plug to the planet is the big corporations. They produce the biggest amount of pollution to the world and so on. So, unfortunately, the governments will attack, you know, the people, not the freaking corporations. Which is sad. I kinda want to say that for now. Did I save over here on this choice? Let's say the cool tech, whatever. It's really different. We don't have any magic, but we have a lot of technology instead.
What sort of technology?
Things like cars.
What's a car?
It's a means of transportation. With a car, we would have made a journey from the Meadow Hill Plains to Meadow Hill Village within half an hour instead of half a day. Leanna looks intrigued.
You have an animal that can travel that fast?
No, it runs of gas or electricity. Well, with electricity, it probably would take much longer for. I don't know, man. I don't trust electric cars, to be honest, especially if you go on a long trip. Anyway, besides, I wouldn't be able to afford that shit. Anyway, depending what type of car you have. Not on a gas, that's for sure.
So it's like our carriages, which are powered by crystals. The more energy it uses, the faster it goes.
Something like that. We have airplanes too, which fly in the sky so we can have fast travel to other areas of the world, and that's where the leaders of the political parties are getting involved in polluting the world.
Humans who can fly?
Leanna's eyes grow in wonder as she grins.
What else do you have?
The interwebs. Let's not say that one, please. The mobile phones, cell phones actually. I fish in my pockets and pull out my phone. With my cell, she leans in close to inspect it.
What What does it do?
I can make calls with it or send messages and talk to people far away. It also tells me time and I can take pictures or play games to it if I want to, but she takes the phone in her hand and flips it back and forth.
Is it like scrying? How does it do that?
What the hell is scrying? Well, I'd have to turn it on first, but it doesn't work here. I think the battery is dead.
Oh,
I'm sorry, don't be disappointed in me. She doesn't bother hiding her disappointment. She tilts her head back and returns her gaze to the sky. Underneath the moonlight, her pale skin seems to glow amidst the darkness. Her face softens as she smiles.
you're right. The stars really are beautiful.
Ugh. Changing the topic from disappointment back to the stars. We fall into a comfortable silence as we enjoy the tranquility of the night. After we've finished eating and cleaned up, Zach approaches us.
It's getting late.
Oh, you don't say! Leanna nods.
I'll take first watch so you can rest.
All right, I'll take second watch.
I guess that just leaves me with the third. Zach stares unblinkingly at me, which Leanna coughs nervously.
That's okay. We had an early start, and I'm sure you're tired. We should rest up and sleep through the night.
She's right, I'll do that. Whatever. Do you guys not trust me? Let's go with... You know what? Let's go with this one. Boom. It almost sounds like you guys don't trust me. Although I try to keep my tone light and joking, Leanna looks guilty.
No, that's not. I mean, it's not that we don't trust.
Yes.
Okay, I like that you are actually being like that about this. She looks sharply at Zach. His arms are crossed, but his expression doesn't change. Seriously. Zach nods towards Leanna.
She's part of the Mage Guild, so I know she won't pull any tricks. I don't know anything about you.
I'm sorry.
As the fire in my mind abates, I realize Zach has a point. I've given him no reason to trust me. If I were in his shoes, I'd be just as cautious. I nod. Alright, I suppose that's fair.
I better get to sleep then. Good night.
Good night. Zach nods. Leanna offers me one last smile before crawling into her bedroll. I mean, I like that he was straight to the point. As she lies down, Zach positions himself against a tree and takes a seat. You know, fuck it, let's try to get to know him. If we're going to be traveling together, I should make an effort to get to know what kind of person he is. And he will that way maybe learn about me a bit. I walk over to Zach. Hey! Mind if I sit? He gestures for me to join him, so I do. Obviously, I'll have to lead the conversation. So, how's the weather? Zach stares at me. Alright, let's switch gears. Are you a cat or a dog person?
Is this going anywhere?
I have no idea. I sigh. I'm trying to build up some trust here, but you've got to meet me halfway. Zach looks away. Great, I guess he doesn't want a dog.
Dog.
Hell yeah! We are on the same page then. What?
I prefer canines.
Oh, cool. The silence creeps in again. So we're all going to Illumia?
Yep.
What brings you there?
I'm meeting someone.
Oh, a friend?
Someone from work.
What do you do?
I'm a mercenary.
This explains so much! It all makes sense now.
What does?
Everything about you. The angst, the hard-boiled exterior, the frequent cold shoulder. You're a totally brooding main character from one of my favorite, probably it should say, JRPGs.
What are you talking about?
He stares at me and I smirk. That's exactly how one of those MCs would react.
So, why are you going to Illumia?
Leanna is taking me to the Mage Academy. He studies me again.
Are you a mage? You don't have a manipulator.
I shake my head. No, I'm looking for answers. He nods in understanding and doesn't pry. Oh, I try to stop it. Yawn escapes. Oh,
You should get some sleep. We have another start in the morning.
That sounds familiar. I push myself standing. Good night. He nods. I lie down in my bedroll and scooch around to get comfortable. I try closing my eyes to sleep, but something that still doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, I need a pillow. Sitting up, I look around for anything I can use. My gaze falls on the Pango, who now rests beside Leanna. I feel like Pango would not appreciate that. No, let's not do it to him. I'll just make do, yeah. The little Pango rolls over his sleep. I don't want to disturb him. Plus, that would be pretty rude. And I like that guy. I don't find anything else suitable and decide to just make do without one. Lying back down on the bed, I close my eyes and eventually drift to sleep. I myself don't mind not having a pillow, to be honest, under my head. Is it weird? It might be weird. It might be weird. A dull throbbing in my back pulls me awake. I hadn't fully appreciated the magic of mattressness until now. A yawn escapes. I stretch widely. Aside from the edginess, I actually feel well rested. I sit up and glance around. Zack leans against the tree with his head down. His hair covers his eyes, so I can't tell if they're open or closed. Regardless, his hands rest on the handles of his dischargers. Creepy! Looking around again, I fail to spot Leanna. Where did she go? I think I hear a cry in the distance. Is that her? I should go investigate. Crossing over a hill, I see Leanna practicing in an open field. She grips her blade in a fighting stance, her face turned with concentration. She swings her blade in a high arc, ending with a graceful spin. Judging by how fluid and accurate her movement is, it's clear she's dedicated many years to performing her craft. Or should I say perfecting, but... Her whips around her as she turns, but never seems to blow in her face. Where is my CG for that? Even with heavy armor, her movements are still nimble, as if she's wearing no armor at all. I wonder if all of that has to do with her wind magic. Once she notices me, she lowers her sword.
Oh, sorry. Did I wake you? I moved out
I
here
did
so
not
I
get a
wouldn't disturb
CG.
you.
No, I was already up. I didn't see you at camp, so I came looking.
Gotcha.
He did too? Glancing down my feet, I spot the being Pango. Leanna giggles.
Looks like you guys are best friends already.
Of course, more like a stalker. Come on, I love that guy. That's my pet now. My second pet. Of course. The best of friends, isn't it right? The Pango nods excitedly.
Boy, boy.
It's pretty early. Do you always begin your morning with a warm-up? Leanna notes.
It helps me wake up and prepare for the day ahead. Also, it's become a part of my routine, so it just doesn't feel right when I don't do it.
Yo, that's me and not working out actually. Like, if I don't work out on a day, it's so bad. And when I couldn't go running because my Achilles was overworked, oh my god, what a pain it was. To be fair, I think I overworked the second one on the other leg now. Fuck, it's not as bad as the right one in the like 2 months ago, but oh boy. Anyway, I know what you mean. I can really go through my morning routine from Earth here on Terra, and it feels a bit strange.
Right.
The bounce again. Leanna looks down. The awkwardness creeps into silence. She probably took that in a negative way, which was my intention. It's okay, Fo. I can always make a new routine.
New routine?
Shh. See. I unsheath my blade and grip it. This morning practice you do seems like a good place to start. She grins.
Considering how well you handled yourself yesterday, I'm curious to see what's the extent of your skill set.
I smirk. Only one way to find out. So what's the lesson today? Senpai.
Sand pie?
Senpai. I shake my head. Never mind. She blinks, then refocuses and matches my fighting stance by raising her sword.
Since you already already have some experience with the blade. Sparring will be the best way to gauge your skills.
I know where this is going. This is going to the save game. Oh, okay. Yes, override, thank you. I'm ready, I don't want to end up hurting you. Let's do this then! I'm ready. I turn up the grip on my blade. Ready when you are!
Here I come!
Leanna dashes towards me. Her movements seem slower than what they were during the bandit fight. It seems like she isn't using her wind magic. Are we good? Click the icons as fast as you can. Oh, am I supposed to... Okay, it's different now. Fuck. I did not expect that. Win! Somehow I managed to keep pace with her. Every time I think about I'm about to get upper hand, her intensity increases until we're equally matched again. Even so, I could feel her holding back without using magic. Mage-Knights are still a formidable opponent with the sword, especially if they are anything like Leanna. We go back and forth with a few more swings until Leanna strikes from above. Oh boy, I'm gonna get my head cut. I hurriedly block with my sword, but I lose my balance in my hurry and topple to the ground, landing on my back. Oof. Leanna kneels down beside me.
Your fundamentals are solid. If you keep practicing, I'm sure you'll be a formidable warrior in no time.
Ah, that's pretty high praise when it's coming from you. She smiles and blushes. She's not blushing for... That's my one problem. Why is she not getting the blush? Where's the option for that? Now that I think about it, there's surprisingly little options here, right? Leanna extends a hand and helps me back on my feet.
It would be better if I could watch you spar with someone else. That way, I can see your movement from different angles and give you better feedback.
Unless the Pango can use a sword, the only other option is Zack. I look around and spot Zack leaning against the tree closer to our sparring location. He watches us with his arms crossed. Wait, how long has he been there? Leanna rushes over to him.
Zack! Would you be willing to duel with him?
She points to me.
I'd like to get a better look at his technique.
He merely stares at her.
Oh, right. You need a blade.
Leanna hands her blade to Zack. He takes it from her and inspects it.
What are the rules of the duel?
Standard spar. Be the first one to knock your opponent to the ground.
Oh my god. Zack nods and heads towards the field. As Leanna returns to me, we share a glance. That was surprisingly easy. Oh my god, we are saving the game now. I feel like this is going to be tough now. I guess it's not in a mercenary's nature to back down from a fight, even if it's a fake one.
Are you two ready?
I step a decent distance away from Zack and ready my blade. Yup! Zack continues to stand there. I look at Leanna again and she just shrugs. He nods.
Okay, begin!
I rush forward. Oh my god. Is it Full Metal Panic? He's like him, isn't he? And suddenly I'm on the ground, staring up at the sky with an aching pain in my chest and the wind knocked out of me. I groan.
Strange. I thought he'd last at least 2 shots.
Zack!
Let's go, Full Metal Panic.
What?
Why did you use your discharger?
Why not?
I like this guy as well. Leanna steps forward.
The whole point was to have a sword match with him.
You didn't list that as a rule.
I mean, she gave you a sword for... but whatever. Her frustration is evident in her voice.
Why else would I give you my sword?
Why did you give me your sword?
For you to use!
She snatches her blade back from Zack and heads over to me.
Are you hurt?
I don't think so. My pride. There is no pride here. I don't have pride. Can I? Oh, I can't delete. Actually, I would like to save it over here. Yeah. I don't think so. I'll be fine, I think. I touched the tender spot on my chest. It felt like I was shot with paintball bazooka, but at least my armor is still intact. Leanna helps me up again.
The one and only lesson you need to know when fighting. Do whatever it takes to win.
I mean, he's right about that. As soon as he's done speaking, Zack turns around and heads back to the campsite. That sounds just like what the angsty badass MC of a JRPG would say. My suspicions were all correct, all along. Leanna has.
Mercenaries can be so annoying sometimes.
Agreed, he's probably seen some heavy stuff. Let's say this one. His advice is relevant. It is. I mean, yeah, what he said is truthful. You know, the part, do whatever it takes to win. Yeah. Let's go with that. Maybe so, but this point seems pretty valid. Leanna shakes her head.
There's more to a battle than winning. Like honor, justice, and even mercy if the case calls for it. The last thing you want to do is forget who you are and turn into your enemy.
Oh boy, I might have fucked up this choice. I might have really messed up right now. Okay.
Anyway, I think we've had enough practice for one day.
I still agree with him.
We should pack up and continue on our journey.
I mean, it's not like I said you need to kill. You just need to win, right? I note and follow Leanna back to camp. We pack our things and clean up the campsite, then we continue our journey. As we walk, we slip into the comfortable silence. Zack lingers behind Leanna and I, while the Pango returns to his usual spot on my head. After a few hours, it doesn't feel like we're getting any closer. So, how long until we reach Illumia?
We'll need to stop at Raven Pass to restock and spend the night. But if we continue to make good time, we'll reach Illumia by midday tomorrow.
One more day of walking. If only I had brought my bit fit, I would have my daily steps done for a lifetime. I nod and we fall back into silence. By mid-afternoon we arrive at the gates of the settlement, even smaller than Meadow Hill Village. Nice! The town consists of an inn and a few shops. The bare essentials, they probably only ever see travelers like us, people passing through on their way to Illumia.
Okay, we should stock up on supplies.
I'll be making a stop at the weaponsmith.
Zack pats the two holstered dischargers by his side. Now to think about it, I only saw him use one during the bandit ambush. The other one must have already been damaged.
I'll check out the shop since my weapons are okay on repairs.
I'll go with you! Leanna smiles. Zack nods.
See you soon then.
Bye-bye! He turns down another path.
Let's go!
Let's go! Leanna smiles back at me as she leads the way to the shops. Wait up! I hope she's not angry about that choice. God, this will be haunting me now. We find the general store with ease since the marketplace itself is quite small. In fact, I'm surprised by how busy this store is. It looks suspiciously identical to the one in the previous village. I guess if you're the only general store around, business is bound to be good. As Leanna picks out a couple items, I look around the shop. Found people of all backgrounds, wearing clothes ranging from the leather I'd seen in Meadow Hill to intricately embroidered robes. Where did you get all types traveling through here? Once Leanna is finished, I follow her to the counter to pay for our items.
Will that be all for today?
Leanna nods.
Your total comes to 34 coins.
Leanna's eyes widen.
34 coins for these? It should be at most 30.
The shopkeeper frowns apologetically. He doesn't seem too happy about the price either.
I'm sorry, miss. The goods themselves are only 20 coins. The rest of the cost is the 70% tax.
Holy fuck, 70! Oh my god! Holy shit! And I thought taxes in America were bad! I hope you at least get free universal health insurance and education with those taxes. Both Leanna and the shopkeeper look at me in confusion. No? Leanna furrows her brow.
I don't remember the tax being so high in the past.
No comment to what I just said?
The mayor only recently increased the tax.
That son of a...
Has no one asked why? It doesn't seem fair.
The man nods.
We did in the beginning, but then the mayor hired enforcers of the new law.
Leanna frowns but doesn't say anything more. The shopkeeper continues to look apologetic as she gestures at her items.
I'm really sorry about this, miss, but I don't have any other choice.
I understand. It's not your fault.
How about we go to that guy and kick his butt? She hands over the coins.
Thank you for understanding. Safe travels.
Oh my god, the place we are going to be staying at for the night, the inn, it will probably also be higher. As we head out, Leanna seems quieter than usual. Are you okay?
Something about this just doesn't seem right. New tax rules and new guards to enforce them? I came through here only a few days ago on my way to Meadow Hill, and the tax hadn't been changed then. It all seems too sudden.
Let's investigate. I think we got scammed. This really doesn't concern us. Listen, it's me we're talking about. Leanna, Oh crap, there's limit? Ah, that smacks. Usually we would, you know, I feel like maybe it's a Renpai thing. That you go, and it jumps to like invisible page on the top. Like in Renpai, I think you have 9, and then it jumps further to the 10, but you don't see the 10th number, right? Ah, now it just jumps back to the beginning. Okay. She blinked just a second ago. I love the fact that the characters blink sometimes in those visual novels, or just move around a little bit. Or the hair like flutters a bit. That's nice. Anyway. Let's investigate. How about that? We should find out what's going on here. Leanna blinks.
Really?
I mean, yeah. We can't just leave it alone if something foul is at play here, right? Leanna smiles.
You're right.
Hell yeah. I need to
Anyway,
restore my...
Let's go meet up with Zach.
I need to restore my points with you after the previous choice. I nod. We wank our way to the lane of armor, and smiths, and peek through a few shops window before we spot Zach. A guard looms over him. Uh-oh, this doesn't look promising. Leanna frowns as we enter the shop.
This doesn't concern you. Stay out of it.
It became my concern when you threatened him in front of me.
Threatened? All I told him was what may happen to his store if he doesn't pay up for these protective services.
Oh boy, they've become like a mafia basically, huh?
Leave. Now.
The guard laughs.
What makes you think I'd listen to you?
Zach clears the guard as he flips open his coat and reveals his discharger. He grips the second discharger on the table. The color drains from the guard's face.
2 dischargers with purple spheres and a black trench coat. It can't be.
Zach shifts slightly, increasing the ferocity in his eyes. The guard tries to hide his fear with false bravado. He turns towards the shopkeeper.
You're lucky your friend was here today. He won't always be here, though.
After imparting one last subtle threat, the guard hurries out of the shop, brushing past Leanna and I. Zach relaxes and the shopkeeper sighs in relief.
Thank you.
That have to do with this new tax you mentioned?
The shopkeeper nods.
The taxes just keep growing. I've tried to keep my prices as low as possible for the customers, but then our taxes grow and, well, You saw what happens next.
Mafia, basically mafia. I mean, let's say politics. Pretty much mafia. They pretty much work the same. Aside, you know, politicians supposedly abiding by the law, which is not true. Anyway, his fingers tremble as he takes back the discharger. I think he's still shaken up by what happened.
I'm sorry. I still need a few more minutes to finish up the repairs. It would have been done by now if we hadn't been interrupted.
Zack nods. The weaponsmith gives him a grateful smile as he returns to his workroom. I wonder what's the difference, like, does purple mean... Oh, is it like the colors in JRPGs as well? Or MMOs and so on? Is purple like the highest level in this lovely game as well? Anyway, tax issues again.
It looks like it's affecting all of the stores, and it's only going to get worse.
I'm not going to let it escalate.
Leanna glanced at Zack in surprise.
You two head to the inn. I have something to take care of first.
Hey.
What are you planning to do?
I'm going to pay a visit to the mayor.
Hey. We'll help. A good Samaritan mercenary. Stay quiet. So quiet. I wanna help. I wanna go too. We'll help. Come on, man. We're coming too. Zack looks surprised.
Something here is just not right. We can't sit by and do nothing.
The shopkeeper returns and places Zack's discharger on the counter.
All fixed.
Thanks. Here.
Zack offers coins to the vendor, who shakes his head.
Please, don't worry about it. You've already done me a huge favor by helping me with the guard.
Zack holsters his discharger and places the coins on the counter anyway.
I insist.
The shopkeeper looks conflicted, then sighs and nods gratefully. Zack leads the way to the shop and through the town. His footsteps are long and full of purpose, which is a change from his quiet, cautious demeanor. I can't help but look at him with a newfound respect. This is the first time I've seen him so determined and driven. We know him like 2 days, so soon we arrive in front of a large, elaborate mansion. It looks very out of place compared to the modest shops in the rest of the town. 2 men guard the entrance. Zack pauses and sizes up the guards. Let's try... You know what? Let's try talking our way, you know, whatever. We should ask them if we can see the mayor.
I doubt that would work.
You know.
It doesn't hurt to try.
Zack frowns, but after some thought he nods.
We'll try that first. If that fails, we go to plan B.
Yeah. Plan B. Zack has already moved towards the guards and doesn't hear my question. I face Leanna. Do you know what his plan B is? She shakes her head.
Let's just hope it doesn't resort to that.
It probably does resort to that for. We catch up to Zack.
Halt! What is your business here?
We're here to see the mayor.
Does he expect your audience?
Zack shakes his head.
No, but I need to speak with him about this latest tax hike.
The tax hike?
The guards glance at each other and lower their weapons slightly. It almost seems as if they disapprove of the taxes too.
You guys don't seem too happy with the taxes either.
One of the guards hesitates and nods.
My sister runs the bakery in town and the taxes have been hurting her business.
Then why haven't you done anything about it?
We tried, as have some of the other guards. When we protested, the treasurer recommended the mayor hire real guards.
Treasurer? He glowers as he mentions the treasurer.
Treasurer?
Yeah, things have gotten really strange ever since he came to town. Suddenly the mayor is passing crazy rules he never would have passed before.
The other guard elbows his comrade.
Quiet down. Do you want one of his lackeys to hear?
The first guard frowns and falls silent. Leon raises a hand to her chin in thought.
This treasurer sounds really suspicious.
Yeah, let's wipe him out of the earth. Oh yeah, that's not earth, whatever. The guard motions to her manipulator.
Wait, you're a Mage-Knight?
Leanna blinks.
Yes, that's correct.
Can you scan the treasurer for magic use? I swear, he's doing...
Not your crazy theories again. They already have a court mage to see to that.
Yes, a court mage who was assigned by the treasurer.
The second guard frowns but doesn't reply.
If we let you through, will you just scan around and see if you notice anything?
Leanna nods.
Yes, I'll do what I can.
Just be careful. Some of the treasurer's hired guards may not be so fond of you poking around.
Oh, no worries, we'll take care of them. Both guards step to the side.
On your way.
Let's go.
Let's go. Zack leads the way again. We follow behind as Leanna fiddles with her manipulator. As we progress through the mansion, we pass unnoticed by the clerks and guards milling about. They must assume we have a reason to be here if we go out through the front door. Leanna stares intently at her manipulator, her brow furrowed in confusion.
This doesn't make any sense.
What is it?
The readings, they're so erratic. It's almost like there's... but there can't be.
What? There's what?
Shadow magic.
What? Zack looked sharply at Leanna.
Shadow magic.
She reluctantly nods. Zack sets his jaw and tightens the grip on his dischargers. So, shadow magic. Someone might tell me what that is?
It's forbidden magic.
She's entirely focused on her manipulator.
It's coming from...
She jogs down a hallway and stops in front of the mahogany double doors.
behind there.
Suddenly a voice calls out from behind us.
It's you!
Standing down the hall is the same guard from the shop.
How did you get in here? Intruders!
All eyes fall on us as he begins yelling. The guards who previously ignored us now draw their weapons as they close in. Zack pulls out his dischargers.
You go deal with whatever that is. I'll keep them busy here.
Zack kicks down one of the tables and drops behind it for cover.
Go! Now!
Okay. Let's go, girl! As he raises his guns, purple energy swirls to life. He rains a hail of energy bolts down the hall in suppressive fire. Leanna bursts through the doors and I stare at her heels. I wonder what happened to our slime. The noise from the battle gradually fades away as we run deeper into the mansion. Eventually the hall leads into a study. A carved wooden desk, laden with books and ledgers, is in the center with bookcases surrounding it. A man wearing a hooded dark robe sits at the desk. He scribbles something with one hand while the other hand is hidden within his robe. An older man sits on the other side of the desk. His graying hair sticks out in strange angles and his embroidered clothes are slightly askew. He stares at the open ledgers on the desk, but his eyes are dull, as if they aren't really seeing it. Two guards stand by the doorway, still as statues, with those same dull eyes. The treasurer rises to his feet.
Who let these two in? I explicitly said no visitors.
Your mom! Anyway, Leanna's manipulator... I don't know why I said that. Leanna's manipulator pulses wildly, especially when she raises her arm towards him.
It's him! He's the source of the shadow magic!
Neither the mayor nor the guards react.
How dare you make such accusations? Arrest her immediately!
The guards ready their weapons. Stop. We aren't here to fight you.
It's no use! He's influencing them with shadow magic!
A gust of wind gathers around Leanna, violently whipping her hair and clothes. It concentrates in her gauntlet palm and she hurls it at them. The wind knocks the guards against the walls and blows open the robe of the treasurer, exposing his hidden hand. Within his palm is a dark crystal sphere. It looks like a marble of darkness and swirling smoke. From within the crystal are shadow tendrils which extend to the mayor and his two unconscious guards. Leanna's voice is flat when she speaks. I've never heard her sound so serious before, even though she definitely is a serious girl. However, she definitely likes to cut some slack from time to time. Anyway.
The tainted spear and the branding of void.
You have seen too much.
The treasurer raises the black sphere high and shadow energy shoots straight towards Leanna. She raises her hand and creates another ball of wind, which she fires at the shadowy bolt. The shadow ball cuts through Leanna's magic like a knife through butter and her wind scatters harmlessly into the room. Freeze! Of course I'm not going to freeze. Where was the last time I saved? Over here, I think. Yeah. Push her out of the way. Leanna! I dash towards her and knock her out of the way. I take the full brunt of the shadow blast and I'm flung back against the wall. Agony sears my body. I grit through the pain and look at Leanna. It doesn't look like any of the magic hit her. She runs over, her face a mix of bewilderment and concern. Ah, this is painful as fuck. You got this. I muster up a smile. Go get him.
That was so reckless.
That's my middle name. Leanna unsheathes her blade. A determined fire in her eyes, she faces the treasure and raises her sword. Oh, so good. Her manipulator glows with power which flows into her blade, encasing in a similar glow. Magic particles swirl around as static sparks of energy launch out from her weapon. In an instant, she dashes towards the treasure at an inhuman speed. He fires 2 shadow bolts, but Leanna uses her blade to cut through the air and shoots off 2 slices of energy which cut through the shadow magic.
What?
Yeah!
Leanna lunges and charges her blade towards the treasure. Just before her sword would pierce him, the treasurer throws his tainted sphere to the ground. It shatters apart and the shadowy mist leaks out of the orb, enclosing the room in a dark fog. The thick fog clouds my vision so I can't see anything. As it slowly begins to fade, I make out Leanna watching her surroundings, but the treasure is nowhere to be seen. When she doesn't see her enemy, the glow from her sword fades away. The mayor lets out a throaty groan. He rubs at his head, his eyes now looking groggy, like somebody who has just woken up.
What is...
What's up, mate? Leanna sheaths her blade.
Take it easy. You were under the effects of shadow magic.
Yeah, mate.
shadow magic?
Yeah. He shakes his head as if to free his thoughts. He must be trying to shake off the lingering effects of the magic.
Is it finally over?
Leanna nods. The mayor takes a few more minutes to compose himself. When his eyes seem more focused, he sighs in relief.
You have my thanks.
Suddenly the door barges open and Zack races in. Behind him is a wave of guards.
Stop him!
He's with us.
The mayor stands unsteadily on his feet but addresses the guards.
Leave them be. But I said leave them be!
Yeah! They hesitate and shoot confused glances at each other, but ultimately follow the order and lower their weapons.
Took you guys long enough.
He looks at me.
What are you doing down there?
Taking a break. I groan as I rotate onto my back. Leanna offers me a hand, which I accept.
He took a shadow blast. Aimed for me.
Zack blinks in surprise, but looks impressed.
Seems like you ended up being useful after all.
Thanks! Leanna checks her manipulator, but it remains still.
The shadow magic is gone.
The mayor seems much more alert.
It was my treasurer, wasn't it?
Leanna nods. He sighs heavily and sits back down in his chair.
When he first arrived into town, I thought he would be like all the other travelers and go on his way. But he said he knew how to make this town even greater than what it is now. He had ideas on how we could become more than just a wayward stop. The first step was to increase taxes to build up our treasury.
Yeah, that's not how you do it. That's how you make people want to get out of the place. Look at Poland. Everyone wants to get the hell out from here, to be honest. Me included. He hangs his head in his hands.
All I wanted was to help the people here have better lives. But all I've done is cause them suffering.
You weren't in control of yourself.
But it was me who made all the rulings and enforced those tax laws.
Leanna shakes her head.
It wasn't you. That man had a tainted sphere, and he was using it to influence you.
The mayor leans back. He looks tired, as if a huge wave was dropped on him.
I don't deserve to continue as mayor of this town.
One of the guards steps forward.
That's not true.
I look over at the voice and recognize him as one of the guards formerly controlled by shadow magic.
I know what it's like when he used that magic. All I could think about was how I could become an honor guard. The thought was overwhelming and I'd do anything to achieve it. I know that wasn't the real you, Mayor.
The other formerly controlled guard steps forward and nods.
Me too. Little Garrett still plays with the toy sword you gave him for his birthday. Says he's practicing for when he joins the guard too.
The other guards in the room murmur their assent.
There's nobody who can run this town better than you.
The mayor glances at the hopeful faces of his guard. In this small town, I can believe that he knows each of them by name. Finally, he gives them a weak smile.
I suppose somebody needs to clean up this mess.
He gets back to his feet and turns to us.
I don't know how to thank you for what you've done for us.
Decrease the taxes. Leanna smiles warmly.
I'm glad we were able to help.
I think I clicked. Okay, Zack and I nod.
You must be exhausted. Please, feel free to stay at Raven Pass for as long as you like. You are always welcome here.
Thank you.
The three of us leave the mayor to his business and head out of the mansion. Once outside, I glance up at the darkening sky. Leanna mirrors my movements.
We should rest up for the night.
Agreed.
I nod, too.
I saw the inn back towards the shops.
Okay. Zack leads the way. After turning down a side street, we see the lighted sign for the Hawk's Head Inn. Oh, Hawks, sorry. It's Hawk's Head Inn. I stiffly yawn as we head inside. Zack and I sit down at a table while Leanna speaks with the innkeeper. She returns with 2 room keys, looking a bit shocked. Wordlessly, she passes one to Zack. What's going on?
The innkeeper refused to let us pay for the rooms or food. Said it was by order of the mayor, and one he would happily oblige.
Okay, where's the 3rd key? That was really nice of him. She nods. Another silence falls over us, but this one feels natural and not a bit uncomfortable. After a few minutes, the staff brings out 3 steaming bowls and places one in front of each of us. Once the bowl hits the table, Zack digs in with gusto and practically inhales the food. Leanna and I share a look before we grab our spoons. Stew again. She nods.
It's hearty and filling.
Rabbit again?
Actually, this time it's venison.
Okay. I take a bite. Even more. I mean, how can we say even more gross if previously we said it was good? Oh, no. Stop. Next page. We said previously that it's good, so should we say that it tastes the same or maybe not? I'm trying to remember now, because I did eat at some point of life something of venison, but I don't remember that. Let's say better than rabbit, whatever. No way! This is even better! Leanna grins.
I like venison more.
Hell yeah! Though probably this doesn't give me any points. I try not to wince every time I use my spoon. The fire has eased out of my body, but my shoulder still drops from when I landed on the ground. Leanna glances at me, then gets up and walks back to the innkeeper. She returns with the compress in her hand. She offers it to me with a smile.
This should help with the pain.
I hold against my shoulder and smile appreciatively as the pain slowly melts into a dull H.
Thanks for helping me back there.
I smile. Anytime! I continue digging into my meal. So, what exactly makes shadow magic bad?
It's far more dangerous than any other elemental magic, and it's incredibly unstable and volatile.
Sounds fun.
The most serious thought of shadow magic is how it's able to amplify the shadowy thoughts of someone's mind.
So the treasurer was manipulating what the mayor was already feeling. She nods.
He might have wanted to help the town by looking to expand, but there's also a bit of selfishness on his part for wanting to do that too. Either greed from more money coming in and more luxurious goods, or wanting more fame and recognition.
I mean, in his case, I guess the fame and recognition, but probably of the city, kind of? Kind of, maybe? I hope? For I don't believe in politicians at all, so, you know, you might be right. He just might have been thinking about himself, as all the politicians do, yeah. Anyway.
Everyone has thoughts like that. It's just a matter of keeping those thoughts in check.
Leanna notes.
Shadow magic, unfortunately, lets those desires loose in a destructive way.
Okay. Is there any way to block against it?
Unless you are a mage. Not really.
Leanna picks at her foot.
Most people can't control the magic well, and it's very easy for it to backfire and cause more harm to the caster than the intended target.
The treasure seemed to be handling it well. She looks even more worried.
I know. Which is even more troubling, considering the fact that shadow magic is outlawed in Havengard.
Zack pushes his now empty bowl away from him.
I think he's part of Void.
Void. What's that? Leanna's frown deepens.
I think so too. I noticed the branding on his forearm.
Okay, explain that to me, please. What's Void? What's Void?
They're practitioners of shadow magic. They first rose to power during the struggle of the Three Kingdoms, before the Treaty of Azaria. They wanted to grow their power in the outreach of shadow magic, and a lot of innocent people were killed in the process. At the height of their power, they grew so powerful and were so destructive that the Three Kingdoms had to set aside their differences and band together.
That's when the treaty was formed. Part of the agreement was to outlaw shadow magic.
Okay. Are you really telling me it took Three Kingdoms to take down one cult?
Shadow magic is a lot more powerful than any other elemental magic, which is why there are people who still want to practice it. It's impossible to stabilize the magic, so it's deemed too dangerous to be used.
Okay. I understand why you would want to ban it and so on, but here is the thing. It's impossible to stabilize the magic. And you say... it's banned basically, right? I mean... if practicing it is banned, you can't really stabilize it. That's the thing, right? I guess it would be the best to banish it and that's it, but... yeah. Whatever. Zack nods. I see. I mean, I get what they are saying, yeah. No wonder both Leanna and Zack seemed to so grim when they first noticed the shadow magic. I still feel another yawn.
Is everyone done eating?
Zack and I both nod.
Then I suggest we head to bed.
I second that motion. I'm exhausted.
I know.
How? She grins and I can feel a rush of warmth to my face. I guess she saw my yawn. Zack leads the way upstairs, clutching one of the keys. We stop in front of the two adjoining doors.
Well, good night then.
Good night. Zack nods. Leanna turns the key and lets herself in her room. Then gently closes the door behind her. Zack also turns the key and lets himself into the second room. As I'm about to follow him in, the door slams shut. Okay, very funny. I turn the handle, but it's locked. What the hell? Zack, let me in. He ignores me, so I pound on the door. Come on, let me in. He doesn't answer, but a couple of people poke their heads out the rooms and glare at me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Should I do that? Should I try that? That sounds like dangerous. Be more quiet. Let's try that. Sorry. I gently knock on the door. Haha, very funny. You can open the door now, please. No answer. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god. Let's try again. I continue hammering repeatedly on the door. I can keep this up all night. Suddenly the door swings open and I walk in. The first thing I notice are the two twin beds. Zack lunges on one and fixes his stony gaze on me. What the hell was that? Why did you let me in, man?
No space.
There are 2 beds. Zack wordlessly walks over to the other bed and pulls back the blankets. Tucked inside the bed are both of his dischargers. Not cool, man. Not cool. I got to remove the weapons.
What are you doing?
This is my bed.
But then where will they sleep?
I just look at him. Finally he sighs and collects his dischargers. What if I lie back on the bed and as soon as my head hits the pillow I am asleep? And that's how this episode ends. For I'm a little bit curious what would happen if we knocked on the other door. At the same time, I feel like it would be a bit too fast to go with that option. Or something like that. Besides, she entered literally her room in an instant. If we were to stay in the room with her, she would keep the door open, I believe, and so on. Anywho, that was the second episode of Crystalline. A bit longer, over an hour. Hope you enjoyed. If you are a new person to the channel, consider subscribing. It's free. And we are going after 2000 very, very slowly. So each person's support is very much appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you can like it, of course, comment. If Leanna was being attacked by the shadow magic, would you like get yourself into the shadow magic to be hit by it? Would you lunge there? Give me the answer to that. And she looked good with that sword, by the way, when she was getting ready for the attack. There's also Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, to which you can go if you want. And that's about it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And hope to see you tomorrow as well in the next episode. Bye bye.